Hey guys, welcome back to the 4am Club. I think it's very important that you understand who I am and kind of what it is I do, right? I mean, what I've been through and what I've overcome, what I figured out along the way, and what I succeeded at, and the results I achieved, and how those experiences have shaped who I am today. So let's be clear. Not because my story is unique, but because my experience is earned. I didn't arrive at this work through theory, luck, or shortcuts. No shortcuts. I arrived here through failure, discipline, reflection, and response. I have failed early, failed publicly, and failed repeatedly. I have struggled academically, questioned my own worth, and carried the weight of self-doubt. I have been knocked down, counted out, and told directly and indirectly that I wasn't enough. What changed my life was not avoiding failure. What changed my life was learning how to respond to it. So, along the way, I figured out a truth most people never hear. Failure is not the problem. Your response is, right? Look, I learned that success is not built on motivation, talent, or confidence. It is built on structure, discipline, ownership, and the ability to respond correctly when things go wrong. So those lessons took me from repeated academic failure to positions of leadership, responsibility, and trust. They took me from confusion to clarity, from reaction to command, and from uncertainty to purpose. I didn't just overcome failure, I learned how to use it. And now I use those same experiences to coach others. Everything I teach is grounded in lived experiences, guys, tested under pressure and refined through real world application. I mean, I coach people, and you, the way I wish someone had coached me, clearly, honestly, and with a system that you can mediate. This manifesto exists to make one thing clear. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to train you, to help you think clearly when life hits hard. Look, to help you separate emotion from execution, to help you respond with discipline instead of panic, to help you rise when others quit, because failure will come. That part is guaranteed. What happens next is a choice. My role is to help you make the right choices. So let's get this thing understood, team. Let me tell you something most people will never admit. Failure is not rare. Failure is not unusual. Failure is not a flaw. Failure is, guess what? It's normal. It's a normal part of life. What's not normal is how most people respond to it. They panic. They personalize it. They quit on themselves. Unacceptable. Look, that's not why I do what I do, right? Look, who I am and what I've lived at America's Failure Command exists because of you. Because if you're listening to this, I know this, you failed, you are failing, you're about to fail. And that does not disqualify you. In fact, it qualifies you. So who am I? Huh? Who is this guy? I'm Georgie A. Milton, a retired United States Army Colonel, certified business and life coach, an Officer Candidate School Hall of Fame inductee. But long before the rank, long before the titles, long before the books and the speaking, I was a kid who failed kindergarten, struggled in school, dropped out of multiple colleges. I literally spent years thinking something was wrong with me. I wasn't lazy, I wasn't stupid, I was untrained. And most people never learn the difference. So I didn't overcome failure by avoiding it. I overcame failure by learning how to respond to it. You know, the military didn't make me successful. It taught me structure, discipline, ownership, and how to respond in certain situations. I learned that emotions don't win battles. Systems do. I learned that motivation fades, discipline stays. I learned that failure isn't the enemy. Confusion is, right? So, I mean, that was a lot to figure out. But guess what? Here's what I figured out the hard way. Failure is not the problem. Your response is. Most people don't need inspiration. They need a playbook, right? Yeah, of course they do. Look at football teams, basketball teams, baseball teams, playbooks. That's why I created America's Failure Command. Not to motivate people, but to train them. Because success doesn't come from feeling good. It comes from responding correctly when things go wrong. I went from literally academic failure to a senior Army officer. From self-doubt to commanding troops. From confusion to clarity. I led soldiers here and abroad and even in combat multiple times. I briefed multiple United States ambassadors as part of my official duties. I built a second career as a coach and author and speaker. Look, but my greatest success was not rank or recognition. My greatest success was learning how to fail without quitting. And now I teach others how to do the same thing. People just like you. At America's Failure Command, we don't ask, why did this happen to me? We ask, what's my next right response? Huh? What's your next right response? I teach people how to separate emotion from execution. Conduct a failure debrief instead of a pity party. Oh, woes is me. I don't want to get into that. Stop personalizing setbacks. Build discipline. When motivation disappears at high speed, respond and rise consistently there, trooper, because failure will come, right? It's gonna happen. That part is guaranteed. Success comes and goes. Failure stays. I train people just like you to respond. So if you're tired of starting over or second guessing yourself, I mean, letting failure define who you are, then it's time to stop reacting and start commanding your destiny. So failure is not the problem. We all know this. I keep telling you that. Guess what? You're responsible. And here at America's Failure Command, we don't quit, and we won't quit on you. We respond and rise. And as your coach, I'm here to help you use your failures to respond and rise and become everything you were meant to be. So now that you have a bit more of information about me and America's Failure Command, here's what I need for you to do there, trooper duper. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next mission. So you can see the links below. This has been another episode of the 4M Club. Standing by, waiting to hear from you. Now move out. It's fantastic. Hoorah.